Millstreet. We're here in the very pleasant setting of Millstreet Museum in the Carnegie Hall here in Millstreet. And I'm absolutely blessed to be joined by two wonderfully international people here that are going to share some very, very special thoughts here on this morning here. And I'm delighted to be joined with Ini Obong. Ini Obong, you're very welcome altogether. And by Ado. Ado, you're very welcome indeed. And we are here to discuss quite a wonderful, wonderful development here in Ireland over quite a number of years. But firstly, Ado and Ini, we'll say Ini for short. Yeah. Your good selves, you live in the lovely setting of Rathcoole.
Yes, we do.
Great.
Yeah.
You love the area.
Oh yes, it's beautiful, very quiet, very peaceful.
Great.
In community. Yeah.
Plenty, and there's a beautiful village, but you have nature is great there.
Yeah,
it reminds us of home. You know, the woods, and it's really good.
Right. And Ado, talking about home, where was home for you?
My home was the Congo. I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Right.
I'm here in Ireland 11 years.
11 years, my goodness. For people coming from Africa, basically, our weather is so different. You have such wonderful sun.
Yeah, we have such a wonderful sun, but when we are from home, what we hear of Ireland and Europe in general, we thought it was a place where there's gold on the street and stuff like that, you know?
Yes.
But as we are here, we see a much different reality, which is very good as well.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And Ini, you are from?
Nigeria originally,
right.
Yes, but now I'm an Irish national.
My goodness.
Yes.
And you're an Irish national since?
I don't remember.
Right.
It's been a long time anyways.
Wonderful, wonderful altogether. Well, you're involved in a very special organisation. I met with Ado and Ini here at a very special ceremony here in the community, Millstreet GA Community Hall here around Christmas. And it was a very special event. Perhaps you'll remind us what that event was.
We were celebrating International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, which is a global celebration, and for obviously raising awareness about the injustice done to women globally and nationally as well.
Right,
Yeah.
My goodness. And on that occasion, we had the wonderful member of government there, Joe Costello.
Yes.
And we also had Councillor
Melissa Molan.
Melissa Molan, indeed. And they were hugely supportive of that very special day, Ado.
Yeah, they were very, very supportive because, you know, women is such a great pillar in society, as we all know, but there's a lot of discrimination in all layers of society. Religion discrimination, political discrimination, local discrimination in all ways, you know, and really they came to say no to violence against women. It's not acceptable anywhere in the world, and it was great to use Millstreet, as Millstreet is a very fantastic town, very rich in culture, and really this was a place for it.
And of course, having many different nations here in Millstreet, I believe there are possibly up to 40 different nations.
Yeah, most likely,
Yeah.
yes.
My goodness,
Yeah.
like how enriching that is for an area. And the more of that you will see, the better.
Yes.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And as well as Millstreet actually houses more foreigners than any other small community in Ireland. So kudos to the community here.
What you say
Yeah.
with the statistic, and also the migrant, you meet a lot of migrants even here in Douala. This is the capital city of interculture in Douala.
Whoa! we never realised. I can see our cameraman Brendan smiling in the background, because Brendan doesn't live too far from the beautiful setting of Drishan Castle, and what a setting!
Yeah,
what
lovely.
a setting!
Lovely
Isn't it
place.
absolutely exquisite altogether? And the fact that there's equestrian events involved there also. The setting there for and the fact of being able to share that type of activity means an awful lot also.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But just to explain about the organisation itself. The organisation is called.
Love and Care for People.
What a lovely name.
Yes.
Love and Care for People.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
And was established in 2004. I am the brainchild of Love and Care for People, and it came about due to my own personal experience of child sexual abuse
Right.
and domestic abuse as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a very challenging experience for anyone to go through, especially as a child, you know, because there is a lot of damage, you know, as you grow older in years. And like if they are not dealt with, you know, you could end up probably not the best you can be in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose with support, you can accept an abuse and move on with life. And as well as use your experiences to strengthen other people and to show that irrespective of whatever experience you go through in life, you can still make good of yourself.
Tremendous. So, having gone through a personal experience, you felt you could identify with what many people appeared to be going through,
Yeah.
and you wanted in some way to be able to try and help them in as much as possible, because you felt an amazing sense of understanding.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Tremendous. Ada, that must certainly be hugely inspiring to so many people to have such a listening ear.
Yeah, she's a very good listening here, but not just a listening here, but she's also a idea generator, as we call her. She organizes different type of programs like sewing classes for migrants in this community, or people who have gone through any kind of form of psychological trauma, something to make them empowered and valued, to add value in a society where they are.
In other words, giving heightening self-esteem,
Yeah.
and giving a sense of a sense of
Achievement.
great
Critical.
warmth
Yeah.
within the person.
Yes.
That-
Yeah.
Tremendous altogether.
Yeah.
For example, I think you gave a great example there earlier about a visit to the cinema.
Oh yes, that was a very challenging experience for myself, but very worth it as well, because there is nothing as satisfying in life to me as being able to make a difference, a positive impact in the life of anyone who is experiencing any form of challenge. You know, so that was an achievement, and obviously with the help of like the organization IRD Duhalo, that was made
Yes.
possible.
So IRT Duhallow have been very supportive of,
Yeah,
yes.
they have been very supportive, and obviously a few friends of myself, and Ado here is a big supporter of the work I do as well.
Tremendous.
Yes.
So the children went to a local cinema,
Yes, in Malo.
all right.
Yes.
And so what was the reaction of the children?
Oh my God, it was the most amazing experience ever
Right.
for me.
Right.
Really, that was the most amazing experience, because it was like, you know, giving candy to a child you have deprived of candy for a long time. You
Yes.
know, that feeling
All
of
right.
happiness.
Right.
It was the same feeling,
Right.
you know.
Tremendous.
Exactly. And it was the first trip to the cinema for them as well, which was
Special.
exactly
Very special,
very
yes.
special, yes.
Tremendous.
It's supported by, also we got the transportation from the
Oh, yes.
management. The
Yeah.
management of Dushan Castle has also been supportive in having a form of transportation, helping us to
Tremendous.
join
altogether,
with
yeah.
RD Dual Resources to
Yeah.
have this program, which was an idea to be materialized.
Yeah.
And I think the transport from Drishan to Millstreet, so important.
Yeah.
It's a very
Definitely.
regular transport.
Yeah, it is.
And and of course, it's a blending of an international blending of the community with the Millstreet people.
Definitely.
You know, we have become very conscious over the years of a real international dimension to Millstreet in a very special way. We talked also about a journey to self-discovery. These are just some of the programs.
Yeah,
That's a very important one.
It is because, you know, with, okay, let me use one form of abuse as an example, which is the honor-based abuse.
Right.
Yeah, honor-based abuse.
Now,
comes,
this we often hear about this honour-based abuse, and to hear more about this is very important.
Yeah, it's a form of violence that could happen within the family, between parents and a child or children, or within a marital setting. You know, honor-based violence can occur because, there are different forms of it, and there are different reasons why it happens. One of them would be like seeking divorce from an abusive relationship. You know, families who have strong and very tight ties wouldn't want their kids, obviously, to be separated. You know, so if a lady in that sort of environment seeks for divorce, it could be very detrimental for herself, because not only can she be violated, sometimes in extreme cases, she could lose her life. You know, yeah, it could end up in her being disowned. You know, honor-based violence can happen even because of the type of dressing you have on, like, you know, wearing mini shorts,
Yes.
dresses or skirts.
It's very much relating to the culture of a particular
Yeah.
group.
But I would say it's not. There is nothing cultural about honor. People tend to use their cultural beliefs as an excuse, or religion,
Right.
you know, to commit this sort of violence against, especially women and
Yes.
girls.
Yes.
You know,
My
yeah.
goodness.
So journey to recovery, anyways, would be for people who have experienced either reproductive abuse, that's within love and care for people who have experienced sexual abuse as a child, or people who have experienced a form of honor-based violence. So journey to recovery is a journey of acceptance, is a journey of letting go, and it's a journey of moving on in life, because you need to forgive, to let go before you're able to move on. Otherwise, you're a mental prisoner to your own self.
Yes.
You know, and that hinders you from even being productive as an individual.
Yeah. My goodness. Because we hear quite constantly about honour-based violence there, and to actually have such an insight is so important. The very fact of the production of this beautiful publication here, and here we see this is Joe Costello there, and there we are, absolutely, and this is Melissa. So Innie, Joe and Melissa, and this is a very impressive production of all the different activities. And for example, I remember that wonderful activity down in Drishand Castle, where you had a most amazing range of food, a most amazing range of the dancing particularly. I loved the music and the dancing. We participated that day in a very special way. But just to give an idea, this is actually an annual report.
Of every activity done last year, from our work with people in direct provision to people who are experiencing domestic violence, but not with the understanding of the Irish way.
Yes.
It's different due to our own, you know, I suppose, cultural backgrounds.
Yes.
It's different, as well as we have different skills that we teach. Sewing is one of them, makeup application for women. We have cookery, we have bead making from recycled materials.
My goodness.
You know, so no paper wasted. and we're
good.
saving the environment, obviously,
Very
you know,
good,
with that as well. Yes, and we also, for the kids, we would they would perform in different social activities to promote integration, obviously, and expose their own culture, as well as, you know, it's like a cultural exchange.
Yeah.
You know,
Just to give us an idea, Joe here, Joe Costello on the day, Deputy Joe Costello, he seemed to be so hugely impressed by what was happening. Can you share how he expressed his joy to yourselves?
Yeah, he's really, the TD Joe Costello is a very, very big supporter of the work of Love and Care for People.
That would be recognised internationally.
Yes, and reason being, when he was Minister for Foreign Affairs, he was one of the forerunners for an introduction of a legislation to protect against FGM, which is female genital mutilation, which obviously would affect more migrant women. So there is that protection now against that sort of act to women, you know, and that is why he would be a very big advocate for anything to promote women empowerment, you know, and to make women obviously believe in themselves and value themselves as individuals, to make themselves known that they are powerful, they can make change, they are influence makers, you know, they are movers and shakers, obviously, of the world we live in.
Tremendous.
Without women, the world wouldn't go forward.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
women are very important.
Women are most important.
Exactly, and we should all know that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But my goodness, do you know what comes through here? I think, Edo, you would totally agree. The wonderful feeling from the heart that's coming through here, the wonderful passion for what you believe in,
Yes.
is coming through in a very special manner.
Thank you
And
very
obviously, you transmit this to all the people with whom you make contact.
Definitely.
And they must get a great feeling of confidence when they speak to any.
Yeah, really, right now we are also doing a program called leadership program and empowerment for young migrant with teens here in Millstreet, and we have great support of the school here for cultural exchange.
Yes.
You see, and we see this community Millstreet not just being a very open community to hear and all that. You see, we may say one thing. Yes, she's inspired today, and she's inspiring a lot of people, but it has been because of the positive Irish people that we have met along the way.
Tremendous. Well, as a retired teacher myself, and having been involved in the school for many years, I must say that the enrichment that international children have brought to the school has been absolutely tremendous. And there's a wonderful blending of the cultures, isn't there?
Yes, there is. And I suppose that's what the world is all about, because we are all humans, we are all one, and we have a lot to learn from each other.
Tremendous.
And unless there are opportunities for us to meet and mingle,
Yes.
we can't understand our differences and be able to live with our differences, but live in harmony.
Tremendous.
So
Well, it's
opportunities for integration is
tremendous.
very
Well, I must say,
wonderful to
I have been inspired greatly, and our cameraman and indeed all our viewers are hugely inspired. So, how do you see the way forward, Eni and Ado?
I suppose for me, the way forward would be for us as individuals, for us as a community, to be more aware of who we are, more accepting of our differences, you know, and obviously to live in harmony, I suppose, and for us to be able to work as a team, because, you know, they say teamwork really works. And in my experience working with people, it does really work.
Yeah.
I would say that I am who I am today, and I am where I am today because I have had a lot of help, and even from Irish. So I would say that I am a child of Ireland. I am a product of Ireland.
That's wonderful to hear,
Exactly.
a child of Ireland.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
The other aspect there is being a child of Ireland. I think that's such a perfect phrase altogether. And in the actual the one other aspect that I must say that comes across so very, very special would be the way our international people dress. Their sense of fashion is just incredible. Here, we're looking here this morning at a beautiful sense. But when they dress, particularly for the cultural events, isn't it so special?
It is.
It is.
Yeah, because it comes from the heart, you see. It
Yes.
comes from the heart, yeah.
And there's a great sense of pride in it.
Exactly.
Yes.
The way the headdress, the whole thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Finally, what do you, in relation to Ireland itself, what is your overall feeling about Ireland, having been here now for over 10 years yourself?
Ireland is a country where you see all. Yeah, what I mean by that is like you see a lot of positive things,
Yes.
but you need to put yourself out there.
Right.
You see, you hear a lot of negative things, but the thing is, it comes down to meet individual. Usually, people here are very welcoming,
Yes.
very nice individual, and this country has been known all over the world for their sharing ability, charity, and kindness. So really, that's what I've also been experienced. You know, we came. If it was not for this country, like for what I can say is that most of us, Ireland has added value in our life. We've been driving a lot of stuff. Really, we are more grateful to this country,
Yes.
and yeah, that's really what I can say.
Tremendous thought here.
But the only problem I can say is
Yes. Right.
Ireland, the cultural things we see in Ireland is not well. We're not just being educated much about it. For example, what we know, Irish people love their pint, but outside that, you know,
Yes.
we don't really get in a lot of interaction with the culture. So if we have like some activity we run during the summer,
Yes.
I think that will make us to really kind of learn a lot, because we really need to learn what's going on here, you know.
Absolutely. And of course, talking about the summer, there are some particular proposals of activities
Yeah.
in the summer.
Yeah, when we intend to organize a talent show, Millstreet's Got Talent, obviously, to bring out and showcase the
Right.
talent
To
of
be
the young
like
people
the
here.
X Factor in Millstreet.
Exactly, you know, exactly.
Right.
And as well as to have like activities for awareness of some of these international issues.
Yes.
Because they might be international, but they also have like a local aspect to them as well.
Tremendous all together.
Yeah.
Well, what I must say, Inni and Ado, you have given us such an insight. It's been such a joy having both of you here today within a historic setting.
Exactly.
We'll have to give you an insight into the history of Millstreet here before you leave this morning. And again, Brendan Murphy for LTV2 as our cameraman here this morning. Thank you so much indeed, Brendan. And this is a very, very special experience to have had, and we are delighted to have shared it worldwide with two great ambassadors, I must say. And long may you continue to promote this amazing approach. And again, you'll keep us informed about developments as time goes on.
Definitely.
Again, Inni,
Thank you very much.
thank you very much. Or as we say in Irish, Míle buíochas.
Gur
1,000
maragat.
thanks. Oh, straight away. Gur maragat.
Gur maragat.
Oh my God, straight away. We could have conducted our interview in Irish.
Exactly.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Sean, for
And
having
now,
us.
at this particular point, it's back to the studio.